Welcome to the global journey where history comes alive. Dive into the fascinating stories of the world's most iconic nations. Join us on a journey through time. Today we will talk about the history of India. India is a land steeped in ancient history, diverse cultures, and vibrant traditions. The story of India spans thousands of years, shaped by powerful empires, transformative leaders, and revolutionary movements. In this extended journey, we'll explore the remarkable evolution of this extraordinary nation. Ancient Beginnings: the Indus Valley Civilization. The history of India dates back to around 2500 BCE, with the rise of the Indus Valley Civilization. This early civilization flourished in what is today modern-day Pakistan and northwest India. The cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were ahead of their time, with impressive urban planning, sophisticated drainage systems, and evidence of trade routes linking the region to Mesopotamia and other parts of the ancient world. The Indus people were known for their artistry and craftsmanship, creating some of the earliest examples of written language, although it remains undeciphered to this day. This early civilization's decline around 1900 BCE remains a mystery, but its cultural and technological advancements laid the foundation for future civilizations in India. The Vedic period and the birth of religions. Around 1500 BCE, the Vedic period began, marked by the arrival of the Indo-Aryans who brought with them the Vedas, ancient religious texts that formed the basis of Hinduism. During this period, the foundational ideas of karma, dharma, and moksha emerged, shaping the spiritual landscape of India. In addition to Hinduism, this era saw the development of Buddhism and Jainism in the 6th century BCE. Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, introduced Buddhism, which emphasized the path to enlightenment through the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. Mahavira, the founder of Jainism, promoted a path of nonviolence and self-discipline, principles that still guide millions of followers today. The religious and philosophical developments of this era were significant, not only for India but for much of Asia, influencing millions over the centuries. The Maurya Empire, Ashoka the Great. The history of India would be forever shaped by the rise of great empires, and the Maurya Empire was one of the most influential. Founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 321 BCE, the empire quickly expanded across much of the Indian subcontinent. However, it was his grandson, Ashoka the Great, who would become one of the most revered rulers in history. Ashoka, after initially being known for his violent conquests, underwent a profound transformation following the bloody Kalinga War. Deeply moved by the suffering caused by the conflict, he embraced Buddhism and spread its teachings throughout India and beyond. Ashoka's reign is remembered for his policies of peace, nonviolence, and efforts to promote religious tolerance and social welfare. His edicts, carved on pillars across India, remain some of the earliest recorded examples of state-sponsored communication in human history. The Golden Age, the Gupta Empire. After the Mauryan Empire fell in the 2nd century BCE, India saw several smaller kingdoms rise and fall. But it was during the Gupta Empire, around 320 to 550 CE, that India experienced its so-called Golden Age. The Guptas were patrons of learning, art, and science, and during their reign, India made significant advancements. In mathematics, India introduced the concept of zero and the decimal system, which revolutionized global mathematical thought. Aryabhata, a mathematician and astronomer, proposed that the Earth rotates on its axis and is round, long before similar ideas were accepted in the Western world. In medicine, Sushruta wrote a treatise on surgery, which is considered a precursor to modern surgical practices. The Gupta period also saw flourishing literature, including works by the poet Kalidasa, whose plays and poems remain celebrated to this day. The arrival of the Mughals, cultural fusion. The next major chapter in India's history is the arrival of the Mughal Empire in the early 16th century. Founded by Babur after his victory at the Battle of Panipat in 1526, the Mughal Empire would go on to become one of the most influential empires in Indian history. The Mughals brought with them a fusion of Persian and Indian cultures, seen in architecture, cuisine, art, and language. Akbar the Great, one of the empire's most notable rulers, was known for his religious tolerance and his efforts to unite India's diverse communities. Under Akbar's rule, the empire expanded across most of the Indian subcontinent, and the Mughal era produced some of India's most iconic architectural wonders, including the Taj Mahal, a symbol of love and architectural brilliance. Colonial era, British rule. By the 18th century, European powers began to establish footholds in India. The British East India Company gradually expanded its control over the region, and by 1858, after the Indian Rebellion of 1857, India came under direct British rule. The British Raj would dominate India for almost 200 years, during which India was subjected to economic exploitation, with resources funneled to Britain. During this period, India also saw significant changes, including the development of railways, the spread of English education, and the rise of a new Indian elite. However, the exploitation and injustices faced by the Indian people led to the rise of a freedom struggle. The struggle for independence. The battle for independence gained momentum in the early 20th century, led by figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who advocated for nonviolent resistance through civil disobedience. Gandhi's leadership united millions of Indians in peaceful protests against British colonial rule. Other leaders, such as Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhas Chandra Bose, played significant roles in the movement. India's struggle for independence reached its peak in 1947, when Britain finally granted independence, and India was partitioned into two countries, India and Pakistan. The partition led to widespread violence and mass migrations, with millions of people being displaced along religious lines. Post-independence India. A new nation emerges. India, now a free republic, faced the enormous task of rebuilding and uniting a diverse and fragmented nation. Under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, India adopted a democratic framework, becoming the world's largest democracy. The country focused on industrialization, modernization, and self-sufficiency. Over the decades, India has faced challenges, including economic crises, political instability, and social issues, but it has emerged as one of the world's fastest-growing economies. With a population exceeding 1.4 billion in 2024, India is a global power in technology, business, science, and culture. Modern India. A global power, India today is an economic powerhouse, boasting a rapidly growing economy and thriving industries in technology, space exploration, entertainment, and education. The country is home to the world's second-largest population, and cities like Mumbai, Bengaluru, and Delhi are now recognized as hubs for innovation and industry. India's influence extends far beyond its borders, with its growing role in global politics, international trade, and cultural exchanges. The country continues to preserve its ancient heritage while embracing modernity, celebrating its incredible diversity through festivals like Diwali, Holi, and the Durga Puja. Conclusion: India's ever-evolving story. From the ancient civilizations of the Indus Valley to the birth of powerful empires, the struggles for independence, and the rise of a modern global force, India's journey is a testament to its resilience, diversity, and capacity for reinvention. As India looks to the future, it continues to embrace both its past and its evolving role on the world stage. India's story is one of enduring spirit, a nation that has overcome challenges and flourished in the face of adversity. It is a story that continues to unfold, inspiring people across the globe. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Tell us your favorite historical moment in the comments. See you in the next video.